Hi, everybody. How are you guys? I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Me and Perry had a lot going on this morning, a lot going on. And so I just got home from the rally, and Perry was like, "You should go talk about this because Kenya just, uh, she made a response. Hey, LeVar. Kenya made a response to all the hoopla. I'm really getting tired of talking about it, but because I'm a Kenya fan, this is going to be the last time I talk about it because it's crazy. But um, something really weird happened to me really quickly. So me and Perry went to the anti-Trump protest or whatever it's called, and I'm not. I'm not a shy person, but freak out. I freak out every time I get recognized. It's starting to happen a lot, but I'm nice and everything, but I don't like being recognized. And so, because I was filming for Perry, and I turned the corner, you could hear all the noise and all the horns, and as soon as we hit the corner, people started recognizing us. It was weird. It was crazy. So it was just a lot going on, real crowded. So I'm very tired. I'm not cut out for that kind of work. Like it was hot. It was hot. My feet are swollen. Child, it was a mess. And I ended up leaving early. Like, okay, I'm down to protest, love a good rally, love meeting people, talking. It was in the middle of downtown Vegas. So you had the people protesting. Then they had some WWE fighting ring, whatever they got going on. I don't really watch WWE. So it was crowds of people there. It was just people everywhere. It was insane. And sometimes I forget how crowded Vegas is. I stay in my little corner, but it's getting out of hand. Somebody needs to, I don't know, it's too many people in the city. Way too many. All right, we'll talk about what happened with Kenya. I'm coming in and out. Oh no. Okay, thank you, Lisa. Anyway, so Kenya liar and everything she said was a lie. That salon had never been open ever. Michelle been there so many times. Michelle, my friend, I love Michelle. That Michelle, she has projects coming up with Brooklyn. Okay, that's good. Hi, T Love. T Love, we were gonna go live at the rally, but I'll tell you guys about that. It was a sheer disaster. It's WrestleMania today. Oh, yeah. So you see how crowded Vegas is getting too crowded. It's too crowded. It was so much, just crowds of people everywhere. And, they put me on blast. They were like, Sherelle and Perry, come on up. Do you want to talk? No, no. I mean, I'm just not. I'm not shy, but I don't know. It was weird, but it was nice that people recognized us, and all those people were very nice. Thank you so much. And we were like doing a whole bunch of like interviews and stuff, and come to find out, it didn't record. Yeah, so I ended up going live on Instagram, and I'm trying to paste that together. It was and NASCAR was happening there. Tila, do you live in Vegas? It's too many things going on at one time. I got a headache. I love Vegas. I have family there. Plus paparazzi, my second home. It's very, very crowded, insane, especially today. Took us a long time to get there. We were really sitting in traffic. Hard to find a parking space once we got there. Then we had to walk to the rally, and the rally was more walking, and it was just a lot. You live in California? Yeah. I feel like Vegas is a suburb of, thank you, Latanya. All right, you guys, let's talk about this Kenya thing. So it's old. I'm a huge Kenya fan. Huge. And yes, by saying that, you miss Vegas? There's a lot of people from Vegas. When I first moved to Vegas, no, I'm not gonna lie, it's always been crowded. Wow, came here right on time. You said Vegas is open again. Oh my gosh, it was so many things going on at one time. We went to downtown Las Vegas, which is Fremont Street. You know, Fremont Street is always crowded because it's just Fremont Street. And then on top of that, add a protest. On top of that, add a WWE convention. I'm not into wrestling, but people love wrestling. It was insane. Anyway, you'll be here for Mother's Day. And you know why my internet is so bad? Because they said that we have an overcrowded population. Like the city's this big, it's the size of a dime, but you have a lot of people moving here. But anyway, let's talk about this Kenya Moore thing because I have to talk about it because I like her so much. But I'm pretty much probably done talking about the housewives because, and I'm not trying to disrespect Andy Cohen, but the show is just it's just not good. And every time I talk about it, you guys are like, "Can we talk about somebody else?" We're tired of talking about the housewives because nobody likes it. But I have to follow through because of my girl Kenya. Kenya brought up a lot of good points. I think we talked about it on this show. She was threatened. She said it was more that we didn't see, but the girl said, "Let me go get my pow pow." I don't like that girl. What is her name? Britt Eady. She's another reason I don't want to watch the show no more. And then we find out that Angela is a thief, is a fraud, is a liar. Well, the show's a mess. Simon won't let Portia film. It's just a disaster. Yeah. Kenya's the wrap-up show. We're going to talk about Kenya, and then that's it because she was done wrong. So she was saying it was worse than what it was. The girl threatened her, said let her go get it. There's a tape floating around saying, when did we play that tape? A couple days ago, the girl saying, "I don't go nowhere without she called it I wonder if I can say this. She called it a pow pow. I'm not going to say it. That's a threat. That's a threat. Bravo did nothing about it. That's because Kenya, they don't care about your safety. They want you gone because you make too much money. And unfortunately, just like Nene Leakes, just like Candy Burris, just like, I don't know, Vicky Gunvalson, just like hopefully in the future, Teresa Giudice, they're getting rid of the big time players. Did Kenya get railroaded? She did. She did. Does she have a right to be mad? Hell yeah. Plus, they knew that you were going to show those pics in the video. They knew it. If it was that bad, cut it out. So it's just a mess. I feel sorry for Kenya. Yes, she shouldn't have pulled out the girl's past, but this girl is not squeaky clean. Still, you don't deserve to have that happen to you. But you're an escort. You're an escort. You got called out. You had a OnlyFans page where she found the merchandise. Not like she broke into your home and stole some tapes. You have to suspect that people are going to get their hands on this stuff. I think you're mad because you didn't get to it before it was dropped. Now, should Kenya had dropped it? No, because it is considered a form of revenge P. She should have just talked about it instead of showing it. But you never know. They set Kenya up. I think it was an opportunity that presented itself, and they took it because they want to get rid of her anyway. This probably was going to be her last season. They had to pay Portia a lot of money, and now without Kenya, what are we going to talk about on that show? So you guys are right. We're done. This is the last time we're talking about Kenya, and it is what it is. Y'all saying that Kenya is a mean girl? Oh gosh, y'all know I can't see. Sherelle, do a whole video to talk about why Bravo didn't show Kenya first grand opening last season? Did I talk about that already? I'm starting to get shit mixed up. I mean, I really, really am. Tori, you got to keep me up to date. I can't remember. When is Perry going live? Oh, Perry is going live. He's taking a nap. He's taking a nap because we've been up all day. It was long. It was hot. So I don't know. Probably later tonight, Toria. That was crazy. It was crazy. Andy definitely wanted her gone. Let's just be real. Stop acting like it's you. If you didn't want Kenya gone, you wouldn't have aired that. You wouldn't have just went Team Brit. But what I think is going to happen, let me tell you guys what I think is going to happen on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think that what's her name? Edie? Brit's going to end up embarrassing the show. She's going to end up embarrassing the show because she has a past. That's number one, that you can't hide. Can't hide. Second, we're going to get tired of you crying about the Kenya storyline. You did it. She's gone. Now why are you still talking about it? Like, I was so upset last Sunday because y'all still talking about this. And now y'all got another criminal? Like, Bravo, you're messy. Don't tell me you didn't know that these women had passed. Bravo, y'all messy. Y'all messy. But you're thinking money, and I get it, Andy. You got instructions. Cut the budget, cut the budget, cut the budget. Let's get rid of Kenya Moore. You know, now that Candy's gone, because Candy was making some money. I believe it was over $2 million, maybe 2.5, something like that. Then who's next? Kenya. This might be Portia's last season. We don't know. And if they bring her back, they're going to do her the way they did her the last time they fired her. Do you guys remember they fired her before? I can't remember what it was for. Do y'all remember? But anyway, they brought her back at a lower price. But then she renegotiated after that lower price season and was like, Everybody's talking about Brit. There are 8 housewives with criminal past. They're not even trying. Like, Bravo, you're not even trying. I know, Andy, he saved Beverly Hills. He did, as far as the ratings were concerned. You know, but Beverly Hills is a mess. I stopped watching Beverly Hills because of Lisa Rinna. I hated Lisa Rinna because of the way that they did Lisa Vanderpump. But losing Garcelle, letting that big Amazon girl, Bose, play head games, try to get all the girls to collaborate and go against Garcelle. You wanted Garcelle to clown and give you a show. She didn't do it. You let her quit. That's your biggest mistake. That's your biggest mistake, Andy Cohen. That is your biggest mistake. Kenya, I love Portia. Portia cannot hold a show by herself. I love her family. They're great. They're sweet to me. Love them. Portia can't have a show by herself. She needs her people around her, whether it's Dennis, whether it's, what's her name, Simon. Portia cannot hold a show by herself. And then if you guys go with the storyline that they're going to argue with Shamia, nobody wants to watch that. Nobody wants to watch that. Anya, shadow. I don't know what that means. Only watched Beverly Hills for Garcelle. I'm still mad about Garcelle. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of more. Let me see. Because I'm going to take a break with Atlanta. Don't hold me to that. If I watch it Sunday and it's good, I'll keep watching. If I watch it on Sunday and they talk about Kenya again, I'm out. How long are we going to talk about this? Kenya, you got screwed. The show is trash without, it's trash without Kenya. She's a mean girl. She's like, gets paid to be a mean girl. She knows what she's doing. This has been a long time coming. She knows what she's doing. She's been doing reality TV for a long time, because the worst thing that can happen when you're a reality TV star is they say you suck and you're boring. I love Garcelle. They're going to, because Their they house the argument started. I hope they don't talk about Kenya again. Raw is going to get canceled with these terrible ratings. Oh my God. That's another thing. Y'all heard about the ratings? I was stunned. I couldn't believe it. I don't know if y'all watched me review Married to Medicine. I was like, let's get their ratings up. You know, this show's just as good as Bravo, as Roa. But when it happened, I was shocked. I was shocked. My Sundays are Tracker, Watson, Equalizer, Dark Winds, No Time for ATL. We don't. We just don't. I'm sorry. I am Team Kenya. They should have fired Britt, period. Okay. But this, I guarantee you, with everything in me, Britt is a one and done. She's one season. This girl's not interesting. She's a liar. There's something going on with that husband or boyfriend that was supposed to be engaged to her. No information on him. She lied to Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live and said that she didn't have a pow pow. Girl. And we already know who you are. Okay. We know what kind of person you are. We know you're a liar. So all of this new stuff that's coming in, we're not going to be shocked. We're not going to be shocked. Oh, somebody in the chat, y'all sent me a picture of y'all are messy of I was joking and I said, if anybody can show me a picture of Angela Oakley before her nose job, send it to me. What did I do with that? Hold on. Perry Sleep. Y'all sent me the picture. Y'all are messy. She did need a nose job. You know, I'm not trying to be mean. She needed it really bad. Let me see if I can find these pictures. Oh, I can't. Let's see if I can. Let's see here. Can y'all see that? She reminds me of somebody. She looks like somebody with the old nose. The old nose was not that. Y'all laughing? Yes, like LaToya Jackson. She was still nice looking. She looks better now with the Michael Jackson nose. Y'all messy. Somebody sent me this damn picture. Yeah, I know. Nothing wrong. Well, it's a little puffy up in here. Up in there. But she's still cute. She reminds me of somebody. All she has to do is, she didn't need a nose job. She just had to get that thing that Nene gets, that shot, and that's it. You didn't have to break your nose to put in a new nose. Ooh, I can't get a nose job. And I need one. Look, okay, everybody makes fun of my nose, but my nose is Choctaw Indian nose. And I probably would cut this part off because it's too long. I'll probably go like that. But they break your nose with a sledgehammer to get it done again. I'm all right. I'm just fine the way I am. Not Flame Monroe, a little bit. Anyway, yeah, most of them had nose jobs. I hate mine. You hate your nose, girl. After I was watching, I don't know, like a Discovery Channel or something like this, and they were doing a nose job, and it looked like a sledgehammer. And they had this thing, and you break the nose. I can't. She looks short. No, who looks short is Kelly. You know what? I never really looked into Kelly. Okay, you guys, y'all need to stop. She looks cute. She looks cute. It's just a little full. I do not have a nice nose. They used to tease me in school. That's why I said high school is horrible. They used to tease me. They called me ski slope. They call me ski slope. They call me ski slope. I didn't think black people could get nose jobs. Look at the whole cast. Everybody's had a nose job. I don't think Nene Leakes had a nose job where they broke it. They got this thing where you can get a shot. It's like some kind of filler, and it pinches your nose together. And I hate to say it, Nene looks better. That's bad. It's not like I don't like our African features, but Kelly is short. I'm short. I'm 5 feet. I'm short. Did y'all know I was short? I'm short. Kelly looks about my height. I got called that because of my chest was small. Child, everybody's got a high school rumor. Horror story, because high school's terrible. It's terrible. Anyway, did y'all want to see the tape of I don't know, Kelly looks tall. Looks short. I'm 5 feet. She's probably a 5-footer. I'm 5 feet. You can spot them out. Chili from TLC, Rosanda, she's 5 feet. I think that's about it. Everybody else is pretty much taller than us, I think. Yes, I am this short. Y'all didn't know I was short? I'm 5 feet. Perry 6'1". Perry 6'1". Your nose looks fine. Your lips look fine. Well, but your top lip is thin. Oh, I don't care. Never getting fillers. You know what? I don't have a top lip, but I ain't getting the fillers. I'm scared. I am 54 years old, and I grew up in Southern California, the whole Hollywood thing. And they usually say when you enter your 50s, start doing maintenance, right? Your ass is going to look like Vivica Fox. I'm just going to listen. It's human nature. I'm not going to be young forever. I'm old. I accept it. I'm scared to death of plastic surgery. Scared to death because I grew up in California and everybody walk around like this. It's horrible. It's horrible. Not for me. Not doing it. Not knocking people that do it. That's fine. And I'm going to have these, but I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. Not doing it. Vivica had a lot of work done. I don't want to talk about her. She's very nice, very, very sweet in person, very nice. But in person, it looks like plastic. Her skin looks, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, plastic. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I heard she got a BBL child. She's 60 years old. I'm going to go out like Angela Bassett. If I gain weight, I gain weight. If I get wrinkles, I get wrinkles. The most I'll do is try to eat right and try to exercise. But I'm not doing all that other stuff. I'm sorry. True plastic surgery looks alien. But I will say this. You have to look really good if you're an actress or if you want to be on television. But there are people that don't get it done. It looks so bad. Like you got to do something. Like some people's face could look like a road map. I don't know. I'm not doing it. But please go out like Angela Bassett or Nicole Murphy. These women stay in the gym. Yeah, at 50-something years old. The only problem with that is me and the gym, we don't get along. We broke up a long time ago. We broke up. I got to go to the gym. I have to go to the gym because I got, I have fatty arteries, but it's a word for it. It's a word for it. Because remember when I was going to the hospital last year, clogged arteries, but it's a word. I can't think of the word, and I haven't been taking my medicine. I'm supposed to take some medicine, like some Lipitor, I believe it was called. I don't know, but I need to work on that. And y'all want to talk about Ken, y'all want to talk about me. High cholesterol, that's what I got. I got high cholesterol really, really bad. Really, really bad. Because my whole life, I was 98 pounds. I didn't start gaining weight until I got in my 40s, late 40s at that. I've always been really, really little. And now I can't eat food. I have to eat healthy all the time. So it's messing my mind up. You got to take your medication or you have a heart attack or a stroke. I know. That's bad. Kenya can't carry that show. Okay, let's get back to Kenya. Let's play a little bit of it. Kenya got railroaded. Unfortunately, Kenya, I don't think you're coming back. You're not coming back. Oh, I feel so bad saying that because they don't want to get rid of you because of Brit. They want to get rid of you because you are a big bill. Let me see if I can find that. You cost them a lot of money. I had it. Let's see here. I'll play a little bit of it. Poor Kenya. And everybody's coming out against Kenya, talking trash. That's expected because people go hard for the housewives because we've been watching them for over a decade. And so a lot of people are just glad Kenya's gone. But those people are going to have to come back and say, well, we didn't know the show was so boring without her. Because I don't know. I'm just not feeling the new girls. Sorry. I just can't. Let's see here. Hold on, guys. I'm on a whole different screen. Okay. Let's watch some of it and talk about it. Okay, that didn't work. I wanted to hit this. Let's talk about it and see some of it. Ooh, child. Y'all, I am tired. Here we go.
So I want to start off by referencing something that means so much to me, especially right now. It is a quote from Kendrick Lamar. Wait, what's the quote? Oh, okay, got it. Okay, I'm being serious. Okay. They try to rig the game, but they cannot fake influence. They, you know who they is, tried it, girl, tried to rig the game, meaning, hey, we're going to try to make you think this over here. You cannot fake influence. And I am influential.
Ooh.
Hey, everyone, it's your girl, Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore hair care. Kenya Moore hair spa. Kenya Moore YouTube. Anyway, this is my first ever YouTube content that I'm putting out myself. And I'm so proud of myself because I am taking back the narrative instead of everyone speaking on me. And quite frankly, everyone making money off of me. That part. Even sitting down in the interview chair, I haven't done that like for a year. So guess what? I'm doing it for you. Thank you for joining me. And be sure to subscribe because you do not want to miss any of this hot, smoking, piping hot tea. Let's get into it. Let's get into the receipts, okay? More receipts. I have more receipts for you, and I want to just talk about some things that I have been seeing out in the atmosphere that are completely laughable, most of it, but also in a lot of ways just really dumb. Yeah, I said it, dumb. Portia, in her recent YouTube, alluded to another housewife sending me the photos of the now infamous photos that were shown during my spa opening.
I know for a fact that one of these housewives who is still on the show is the one who gave Kenya a big part of that nude information.
So number one, that's a lie. That's a lie.
Hold on 1 second, you guys. Brandon says, oh, I can't see. Play the part of her talking about Brit's promise to producers before filming. I can see the producers pressuring Brit to be the new villain. I didn't hear that part. They pressured Brit to be the new villain? Kenya, you were set up. Girl, you were set up. This is my first time hearing about that. I heard the first 10 minutes. The whole thing's a half hour long. Child, we are not shocked now, are we? So Kenya is admitting to doing it herself. Well, she has to admit to it because she did do it. Let's keep listening. It's about to get real.
The photos were online on various porn sites, many porn sites. I don't watch porn. I'm not a porn expert. I don't enjoy it. I don't participate. I don't get anything from it. Okay.
Now that goes along what I told you guys. A producer told her about OnlyFans. Kenya saying it wasn't just OnlyFans. It was a lot of other sites. It could have been. I'm not into that world either, but Britt, it was out there. So you got a lot of nerve getting mad. It was already out there. If you did not pay, how much was she charging? $4.99. I can't remember how much it was. You still could have got your hands on it. Let's keep going.
Okay. I would like to just rather see my own body in action, maybe in a mirror or something like that. But I'm not going to sit there and watch porn. The investigators and everyone involved, not including Drew Sidora, found those images and they're still there. That brings me to Ming Lee. Someone said that Ming Lee was somehow involved because they know each other, and Ming said out of her own mouth that she has a lot of evidence of Britt Eady's past performances, gigs. Let me say this for the people in the back. We did not get any photos from any person. They came directly from a search online. The photos that were revealed are not considered revenge porn. I went so far as, oh my God, did I do something wrong? I don't know this lady. I don't know any of her ex-boyfriends. I don't know any of her ex-friends. I've never seen this lady before in my life. I want to make sure I didn't break any laws. So I engaged a local attorney who advised me about the federal law as well as the Georgia state law. I shared photos that were readily available online.
Did y'all hear that? I don't mean to keep stopping it, but this is new to me. She consulted with an attorney before she decided to do it. Because who in their right mind is going to do that if you know that you can be arrested? I'm telling you, everybody was involved. Let's keep going.
I did not commit revenge porn. I shared a publicly available photo that was accessible online. If I showed Kim Kardashian's sex tape right now, is that revenge porn? It's not. And then while we're talking about that, I've already said it was wrong. I should not have done it at my salon, this beautiful salon that I've worked so hard for, that I spent a lot of money on, that money that could have been spent in other areas, including supporting my child. So yes, I am very sorry that I shared the photos because it wasn't right, but I did not break the law. And I'm very sorry for what I did. So in the comfort of my own home, I was joking around with my bestie, which I always do, my very best friend, Brandon DeShazer. We were having a dispute on the show with Phaedra. And I was in my closet and I brought out one of my firearms. And I'm like, oh, do I have to use this on Phaedra tonight? Giggling, ha, 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 he, he, he. Phaedra was not around, nowhere to be present. Phaedra never saw it. I never said it in any threatening way. I was not upset. You cannot compare apples to oranges. If you want to do that, does Phaedra sitting on the reunion couch with her taser ready for me count? Okay, moving on.
Tell us about your first interaction with Britt and why you feel like she misinterpreted your energy.
Oh, I don't think she misinterpreted anything. It was all very calculated. So the first interaction I had with all of the ladies was actually really pleasant. I was excited to meet them. It was season 16. I'm like, oh my God, this is season 16. I'm the only one standing that's a real OG, 12, 13 years in, and I felt like I could be mother to everyone. I'm a mother, okay? show these girls I've been through the fire. I know what it's like to be a newbie. I know what it's like to be here. I know everything that could possibly happen has happened to me on this show. And I felt like I could speak, as someone that could be supportive, could read a girl if she's wrong. And my first interaction with all of the newbies, I was like, oh, you girls are so pretty. Kelly was there, Brittany was there, everyone was there except for Angela at the moment, and also Drew. And I just remember coming in, just being very pleasant to everyone. And there was an issue about a ring that someone made. I feel as though that was clearly a made up issue. If someone has an engagement ring on and not a wedding band, not the other way around, because
Thank you,
if
Sheila.
you just have on one ring and it's just a circular ring, that's usually a wedding band. Now, you could choose to wear whatever you want to wear on your hand. No one's saying that. I was confused at what she was saying about it being a new ring or a different ring, or her second ring is actually what she said. I'm like, oh, you've been married before? I don't know this girl. I never seen her before in my life. So again, you're wearing an engagement ring. I'm assuming that either you're engaged or you're I don't think you could be anything else. I think my fans know, and I'm being shady. I think they call me the shade assassin for a reason. That wasn't shady. We know what my shady looks like. Let's move on. It wasn't shady. So after I saw her and, we had the whole moment again about the hug was a very awkward. I don't like to hug. If you see me out in public, I will probably never hug you, because I do believe people transfer energy to you, and you have to really kind of know someone and know where they're coming from to hug them. So I don't really hug people that I don't know. That's not a crime. That is a boundary that I have for myself, and people need to respect that. It's not personal. Then we get to the next time I see her, the Balmain event. I'm like, oh, you look so beautiful, like a Balmain Barbie. You look amazing. Hi, Balmain Barbie. How are you? Yes. Hi. I hugged her then, hugged her when I saw her another time, hugged her at the dinner.
That was a pat. That wasn't a hug.
That's a hug without getting made.
Hold on one second, you guys. Someone just said that she was deleting comments. She was? Were y'all being disrespectful to Kenya? Child, let's keep going. Oh, I was going to say this. Bravo has to give you the clearance before you can use a sample of their show. Did you notice she's playing it without the video part? Bravo is messy. They are so done with Kenya. They are messy. Let's keep going.
Up on me. And she was complaining every step of the way. And I'm like, this girl has very bad energy, but I paid it dust. And I just went on to have a good time, because I was actually having a really good time at the dinner before it went left. So the whole thing about being targeted, her being targeted by me, people asking her if I did something to her, she can't answer why, because it didn't happen. Do you want to know what I really think happened? I think that when she was interviewing for Real Housewives of Atlanta, she wanted the villain role. She wanted to come after me because she felt like, okay, well, Portia wasn't there at the time. I was, right? And I believe that she made them promises that she was going to come after me. She was going to be this girl that could read, this girl that was doing all this, And when she met me, Portia flushed this out. She was surprised and thrown off that I was so nice, because I am nice. I don't really bother people unless they bother me. We know I retaliate. We know that's what I do. I'm not saying it's always right, but I'm not going to let anybody run over me. And I have no reason to not like someone that I don't know. And I was always nice to the girls. The point is, I think she overpromised what she would do on the show. The first 3 weeks of filming, she was exceptionally boring. There was nothing outstanding about her. She didn't come in. She wasn't dressed in designer clothes from head to toe. Her husband wasn't particularly interesting. Like, no, not trying to throw shade in the husband. Sorry about that. But there was just nothing in the group scenes that I saw her in that made me think, oh, that's a star baby. I was actually more captivated by Kelly and Angela. And of course, I knew Shamia already. I knew her personality. But she was failing. Like, she was dull. Okay? So I think when she kept trying to come after me, and I just was like, okay, girl, I see you. You're trying to have a moment. You're falling flat. This is your 3 weeks in. Producers are probably asking you, girl, when are you going to show up? And you thought, okay, I'm going to show up tonight. And I think was her downfall from there. This is the biggest question that I have for the people that come on reality TV that have a shady past that you're not proud of. Okay, we've all done things in our past we're not proud of. Nobody was perfect. To the Simons, to the Chrisleys, it went from someone saying you're 17, age of consent, to, oh wait, that's not going to track. Okay, let me just say I was underage. No. So that's what I just don't understand. Like, I'm not even going to open that can of worms, because my whole question and line of questioning will be completely different from everybody else's. I would want to know, if you're going to make us daily, you need to prove, because we already know you're capable of lying, right? Excuse me 1 second. Okay. Wow. Another Google alert. Okay. We'll get to that. I don't understand why any person would come on reality TV when they have done things in the past or are currently doing things that they don't want to be found out. Why? And then to give someone a reason to expose you. In the words of Samuel L. Jackson, am I the only sane motherfucker here? Like really? Am I the only sane person in the room? Why? Because they're so egotistical, they don't think they'll be found out. Like, okay, wow. You paid to scrub the internet out of your own words. Okay. Well, they left some dust in the corner. And over there behind there too. A lot of people say that I had never taken accountability for anything. And that's simply not true. And I went on Tamron Hall. I was promoting my daughter's book. The issue came up. And I said, I take full accountability. I am not playing the victim. I'm telling my own truth. I ultimately chose to go on Tamron Hall because I really needed to publicly take accountability for my actions. I mean, sharing that photo at my own salon opening was a serious lapse in judgment. Everybody can possibly now understand that it was definitely not the smartest thing to do. And I deeply regret that I hurt anyone that was involved, including the cast, including Brittany, including the crew, including any of the guests that were there to come to celebrate me. I mean, this platform gave me a chance to sincerely apologize and not to excuse what I did, but to own it fully. Sometimes the things that you do can come back and they can hurt you.
Okay, you guys, for the anti-Kenya people, for the people that don't like Kenya, was this apology fulfilling? Or can she shove it where the sun doesn't shine? Let me know in the chat. Was this an acceptable apology? Okay, y'all saying no. Well, I mean, what more could she have said? She said, I am sorry. I take full accountability. Y'all are a mess. I'm done. Let's finish. I'm done. Okay. Some people accepted it. Some people said no. Some of us just shove it. Not shove it. Oh my God. Let's keep watching. Y'all are messy. Shove it.
And as I've said here before, I definitely did not. I escalated the situation. I didn't need to. Kim Fields, okay? People are so mad. That was 6-7 years ago, and rightfully so. I issued a public apology to Kim when I was on Watch What Happens Live. They asked me, is there anything that I regret? And I was like, absolutely. I think you learn from regret. But for me, I definitely regretted pulling her chair. That was not right. She's a class act and we are over it. Like, she invited me to come on her show to film with her just last year, the Upshaws. So Wrong. I do take accountability. Another time I've taken accountability is, and these are just from what I can remember off the top of my head, was with Phaedra. I did some things with Phaedra that crossed the line. She did absolutely things that crossed the line with me. But I apologize for my part and what I did to contribute to the downfall of our friendship. And that was on the show. So I'm not sure why people didn't acknowledge that was taking accountability, but I absolutely did in that moment too. I'm not playing a victim. I am in this situation partly because of my choices. Back to the original point, I have taken accountability. So you guys just choose not to see it. It's okay, but I'm just going to remind you. So now it's time for a commercial break. And since people want to talk about snatching edges, because you can get real close. These are my edges. You can even see the little gray hairs. Okay, this is not a lace front. This is my hair. Well, not this, but this is my hair, and these are my edges. I developed Kenya Moore Hair Care similarly to why I developed a product line as well as a spa. I love making women look and feel good.
You guys, I love Kenya Hair Care, but I'm going to try to get past this part because we know you have beautiful hair. We know about your products. Let's keep going.
Anything to do with it. My customers say more edge, or you can come into. I have different products. Can you do even more receipts? Okay. I'm going to be answering questions that you guys have submitted. And don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. Because if you don't, you won't get any notifications when I drop something new or when the juicy gossip hits the net first. You hear it from me first, right here.
People are saying, why didn't you go to the producers if you were so afraid?
The answer is I did. I did go to producers. Number one, when we were there, Portia and I stayed back while everyone was leaving, and Britt Edie was irate. She was yelling and screaming, and it was then that I heard her say the following words. That's why I keep a for like you. Let me repeat that. You didn't hear it. I heard it. It didn't make the edit. That's why I keep a for like you. Yelling and screaming.
She said that Britt said, that's why I keep a pow pow for bees like you. She's saying that Britt threatened her. This is her version. Let's keep going.
As she's going out, I heard things knocking around. Like I didn't know what was going on. I immediately went to the showrunner, the executive producer, and I said, what is going on? Why is she talking about what is happening? Like Portia can tell you that. She saw the reaction on my face. She saw that I was visibly shaken, and I was like just trying to figure things out. So I did go to the producer. Not only did I go to the producer then, I also went to the production company that night, explained what happened, and said, I don't know what's going on. We're 3 weeks into filming, and this girl we don't know is threatening to unalive me. I've been on the show for 12 seasons. I have never once had anyone threaten me with a. I have not ever had anyone allude to unaliving me. So I took it seriously because it's one thing if, listen, it would never be right. But if a Portia or, even a Drew or somebody that we know that has something to lose. Did you hear me say that? If it was someone that we already knew, that we have been filming with for years, and we know that they have something to lose, maybe I would have taken it differently. But when someone you don't know, who basically, in my words, like you just, you found off the street, is doing all of that, you guys weren't there. You do not know how intense it got. It got so intense. So I did make my complaint. Well, I went to the police before, and honestly, I'm the only cast member there that's ever been physically attacked. Whether you say I deserved it, whether you say I did this or did that, it's obviously a polarizing conversation, and it was back then. but I was and still am the only one on the show that was physically attacked. So when someone is new to me coming around and saying that they are going to unalive me and use a on me, and then what you heard 2 or 3 more times.
I'm sorry to keep stopping, guys. Can you put it in the chat? Who physically attacked Kenya? You guys know I'm old. I don't forgot. What did she talk about? Let me know if you know in the chat.
Saying they had whips and MF. That wasn't about the neighborhood. When you try to change the narrative to make it benefit you because of your inaction, that's rigging the game. You're rigging the game. You clearly rigged the game against me. Listen, I'm going to leave it right there. I did what I was supposed to do. And I take a lot of umbrage to someone now saying that they didn't have a gun. And so somehow that's supposed to absolve them from everything that happened after. And we're going to show this clip where she said prior to Housewives that she keeps a gun at all times. Roll it.
Keep my pistol with me always.
Security that's at the gas station?
I only go to gas stations that have security there. I only go to the same gas stations if I'm in the city.
Yeah.
On her Instagram, she said that wasn't her character. She did not threaten anyone with. She did not have a. She never said anything about. So we know that that was a complete lie. So we already know you're a liar. We already know she's capable of lying and trying to rig the game. Let's go back to this whole Watch What Happens Live interview where Andy asked her, did she have a gun? And she said, oh, no, I didn't have a gun. Well, I have proof otherwise. Nobody checked bags when we're filming. Nobody checked cars when we're filming. You show up, you go inside, and you start to film. But weeks later, you want to say, oh, we had an investigation and found that you weren't in violation of the gun policy. Really, bitch? I did what I did. I complained to HR. I did all these other things. Now you want to do an investigation? 3 weeks have gone by because someone said it. Well, we already know that person is a liar, right? Because we have proof, solid proof from her on Instagram, and she lied about talking about the gun that night. So we already know you're a liar. And now we're investigating something 3 weeks after the fact because of what someone said that wants to keep their job? Oh, okay, that's okay. Hey, did you have a gun that night? No. Okay, investigation closed. Can you go to the airport and say you have a and not get arrested? Can you go to the bank and say you have a and not get arrested? Can you go any place that it will put people in danger and say you have a and not be committing a crime? That's not a crime. That's not against policy. I'm just asking the question. Can you go to your job tomorrow and say, you, Joe, you gonna learn today? You don't know who the I am, Joe. You, Joe. You gonna have some respect around here. I got whips, that's why I keep a for like you, Joe.
I'm going straight to HR.
You going to HR and the police. If that happened on Beverly Hills, you think she would be in jail or punished or out of a job? You think if she had said that to Kyle or Teresa Giudice or any other housewife on any other show, do you think she would still have a job? I'm just asking the question. Things been handled differently, I would have never felt a need to protect myself or escalate the situation. People go, oh, well, how is that protecting yourself? Because where I'm not even mention where I'm from. Where I'm from, and you may end up having to delete this, but I'm going to say it. You tell me if it's too hard.
No. Music. No, Kenya. Can't play that. Let me see.
Did. Because if you keep messing with me, I got more and more with you. So leave me alone. And that person likely will leave you alone. And they certainly wouldn't be going around playing victim. They would just go on about their business and find another target. That's that. You want the truth? That's the truth.
Do you now feel that your retaliation allowed the new girl to trick you out of your spot?
Ooh, I don't think there's any such thing. I already had a spot. How can somebody trick? It wasn't a spot up for grabs. Like nobody snatched a peach. Everybody had a peach. So nobody tricked me out on the spot. So that does make sense.
Do you feel like Cynthia threw you under the bus in his team Britt?
Mm.
I'm not going to talk about Cynthia.
People want to know how much you make a season, honey.
How much I make a season? Well, I mean, I don't talk about money. When it comes to like my own money, I see a lot of these crazy reports saying like my net worth is 800,000. My house is worth 3 million. Like, how is my net worth 800,000? Like, I own that much in cars. Like, just stop. Like, I think it's taggy to talk about money, so I'll just leave it at that. But I think it's decent to say that I make more than the girls that are on the show now. Oh, thank you. Saved by the bell. Saved by the bell.
Will you attend the reunion?
Will I attend the reunion? I haven't been invited to the reunion. In fact, I was invited and then disinvited a few months ago. The disrespect is insane. You know, from me being someone who has always loved Real Housewives of Atlanta and always wanted to see them win, to being shut out, not given an opportunity to apologize the same way that they gave that grace to someone else off the show. I think it's really odd, right? And to be erased from history of the show, to not be in the opening credits, to not have confessionals. When Kim Zolciak left the show, she got a whole new show. She was in the confessional. She was a peach holder. You got girls taking glasses and knocking each other upside the head with real glasses on Jersey. You've had people talking about porn on Jersey. You've had people exposing, a real life revenge porn case on Vanderpump Rules. They're working. They haven't been made to look like a scumbag or a villain. Really? That's how I'm treated? That's pretty bad, I would say. So I don't anticipate an invitation. Yeah, I don't see that.
Why don't we promote the salon more?
I've always been struggling with building a team. That's why I always admired Andy so much, because she has this awesome team. She has an amazing team and she totally gets it, but you need help. And so when I'm just building out the salon and I'm out of all this money, $400,000, I'm fighting with the landlord about giving me my little $80,000 back in my TI. Obviously, I built a whole new, top floor, put all this money into it. And then thinking about, okay, now I'm going to put even more money in hiring a team and doing this and doing that. It just felt like I can handle it. Let's just, I'm not going to throw good money after bad. We're just going to let a year go by and see how it goes. I've been open for over a year and a half, about a year and a half, I think, at least a solid year. And what I have loved the most about this salon is the women, the customers that come in and are so happy with the results. The smiles, the repeat customers, like we have 85% repeat customers. And then when the Housewives show airs and the whole scandal airs, I have all these strangers from all over the country leaving bad reviews. We go from 4.9 Google reviews rating to 4.4. And every day there's somebody saying something crazy to try to hurt my business. If you don't like me, you don't have to like me. If you don't like what I did, you don't have to like what I did. But why are you coming after my business? The same, it's a culture that it can be very beneficial to you, because I have a lot of supporters and Team Twirl is awesome. But then when you have these bad seeds and people that don't think things through and just try to spew hate in your direction, that's what makes it really bad. That's not fair to the customers that really get great service when they come here. And it's up to them. If you don't want to come to the salon, stay at home. It's as simple as that. You don't have to come here. But why are you trying to ruin other people from coming here and having great experiences? I work so hard sometimes I'll step in and do a head spa. If I don't have a style, Walter can tell you that. If I don't have a stylist for the day or someone calls out, I don't want to let anyone down. So I'll put, my shampoo gloves on. I'll shampoo someone's hair. I'll do a deep conditioning treatment because I want everyone to believe in the space and have an amazing time when they're here. And that was always my vision.
The girls want to know what you've got in the works.
Ew. I always keep these close to the vest until when it's almost out. So I have got a lot of different projects that people will be able to see me and my daughter in. And I'm just really so happy about that. But again, you don't know anything until after it's in the can. You know what I mean? Even if I've been shot in a movie, I don't talk about the movie until I know it's being released and I've seen it and I'm in it. So I want to thank you guys for listening to me today. Listen, we don't have time for everything. I'm not on RHOA right now, right? But my influence is still there. People are still obsessed. People are still using my taglines. People are still coming for me. And I'm not even there. So listen, I ain't still the moment. And I'm really happy that you guys enjoying me today. So comment and subscribe and listen.
All right. Now listen, you guys, let me say, first of all, okay, Carla Martin, girl, you took me out. You said, but you stole Vivica Fox's phone. Did you really bring that up? But you stole Vivica Fox's phone. Y'all was taking me out. All these people in the chat that don't like Kenya. Now, there are a lot of us that are Team Twirl forever, but I have to say this in a delicate way. Kenya, it has nothing to do with that damn Brit. They use that as an excuse. You're not coming back. You're worth too much money. They're not going to bring you back on the reunion. If they ever try to bring you back again, they're going to do the same thing they did last time, which is offer you an embarrassing rate. I feel that everybody gets a turn. Everybody gets a turn. It kills me that you're gone. Without you, that show is going down. It's just not a good show. I'm not trying to be mean to Andy Cohen because I respect the hustle and I respect him trying to save the season, but you're not going back. So maybe this is a good way to say goodbye. You did apologize. We're going to have because I might not be watching. I'll see. I might not be watching. They're going to have a whole new set of problems with them two criminals, Angela Oakley and Britt Eady, and hell, some might be wrong with Kelly. I have not looked up Kelly yet, but the show is just not what it used to be. And so I'm going to say this because I am Team Twirl, and then I'll let y'all talk. Kenya Moore is probably physically one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. I was mesmerized. You're beautiful. You're smart. You got your head on your shoulders. You'll be all right. You might have to eat a little crow because you weren't the kindest to Nene when it was her turn. And so, but I saw y'all had met up in the mall a couple of weeks ago, so that must be okay. And now you said your piece. Walk away and let that show do what it's going to do. And that's fizzle. It's going to fizzle. Sorry. I'm not trying to be mean to Portia, who I love, Shamia, who I love. I'm not into the new girls like that, but it's just not good. I really do think, and this is never going to happen, but Andy Cohen should have something like, you guys, watch The Real World. Remember that show used to come on, and Road Rules? And then they all got in a house later and did a show called The Challenge. They need to do something like that. Like make it like The Apprentice, bring back some of the best housewives, only the top tier, the best ones from every franchise, and let them do something else. Let them be like Celebrity Apprentice. Because doing reality TV is hard to do. People don't understand. Britt will find out. Because you gotta have a balance there. You gotta be mean sometimes, and then you got to bounce back. Because if you're not, they're going to call you boring. So I want to thank you, Kenya, for I believe 14 years, whatever it was, of great television. You did, ruffle people's feathers. I cannot believe Carla brought up the best fight ever on television is Celebrity Apprentice, was the guy who's now our president, and Vivica Fox and Kenya Moore. That was so good, because you were wrong there too, Kenya, but that was a good fight. We're going to miss you, Queen. We are. Let's see what y'all saying. It's fizzling. It's fizzling. Roa is a bore. The new cast. I'm sorry, Andy Cohen. It's no disrespect to you. It's just bad. No tea, no shade, Sherelle. You know I love you. But please finish the nails, Queen. I was running late. I couldn't put the rest of my nails on because we were rushing out the door to go to the thing. I love Josh. I think the franchise should end. I mean, it's time, Andy. And new ones set up, like what they did from DC to Potomac. Oh, I forget about the Real Housewives of DC. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Hey, Emmanuel. Andy Cohen is done with Kenya. Yeah, she's not coming back. You hear that? Perry's calling me. I'm live. Oh, he just woke up. Okay. Bravo is done with her bull. It's over. It's over for Kenya. And so I think you went out in style. At least you apologize. The people who accept it will accept it. The people who don't won't. And don't worry, Kenya. That Brit, she getting hers. Oh no! No! She is not nearly 60 years old. Y'all need to stop messing with me. She apologized and took it back. I know. And y'all was bringing up Kim Fields. Like, y'all gotta let stuff go. Not Kim Fields. Am I being loud? Sorry. Andy Cohen hired those two Vanderpump races, Jackson and Kristen, back for the Valley. I'm not checking for the Valley either. I mean, let's do something new here. I'm not watching the Valley. Even though I used to love Vanderpump Rules and Lisa Vanderpump, I'm not checking for the Valley. I don't know what I'm gonna watch this season. Because I'm pissed. I'm pissed at Bose for trying to be the new Garcelle. Girl, you will never be the new Garcelle, okay? Bye, Miss Britt. No. Hey, Lily. I'm 51 and look 38. Stop the age hating. Kenya is beautiful. She's beautiful. At her age, naturally beautiful. She's beautiful. She's going to be okay. I mean, money gets tight when they leave that show. I don't care who you are. Candy Burris had to close her businesses. And I heard she made some more money this weekend on Broadway. I can't remember what the name of it, but she had a record-breaking weekend. But when the money dries up, they'll find something else. If she can't find anything else, she'll do what the rest of them do. They all go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. You only got to do 1 or 2, 3 videos a month, and you're done. Bose makes me, I cannot stand Bose. I cannot. And I was late watching the reunion, so I didn't get to go off on her. You can say anything about Kenya, but she never lies. I'm not watching Roa again. Nothing but garbage and escorts. Ooh. In fact, not watching absolutely Bravo. I mean, you have to know, Andy Cohen, that these popular reality stars that have been the OGs, they have big, huge fan base. And so, okay. Harry says hi. Please turn on the alarm. Remember last reunion when Kenya brought a black subpoena? She's been washed up. Sorry. Subpoena? I don't remember that, Emmanuel. Not saying it's the truth. I just don't remember. Are you watching the Slayton sisters? Oh, Tammy. You know what? Josh, I am, because I wanted to watch, bring a couple more TLC shows that's why I started the new channel, because I'm going to do new shows. I saw this coming for a while. I kind of pulled back from doing reality TV. It's just not Atlanta. Reality TV as a whole has gone down. It seems like Beverly Hills has made a comeback. Maybe I thought Atlanta, maybe basketball wise, I don't know, but it's just time for some new energy. And I don't mean new like completely new. Like Andy Cohen could do a show like Traders and bring it to Bravo, but it has to involve the oldies that we know and then mix them with the young people, the new people, like they did on what was it called, The Real World and Road Rules, something like that. And they messed the shows, and then they start getting people from Big Brother and all that. We just need something new, Andy. They need a leader without Nene and Kenya. Bring no, not Marlo. Phaedra as a leader, not sure she is. I don't think Phaedra is going to do anything again but show her real life. You guys don't understand. They get whispered in their ears. Hey, your storyline's looking a little flat. You gotta zhuzh it up a little bit. And those are the people that really you trust, but then they're kind of responsible for your downfall. These reality shows are on their last leg. They are. Phaedra does a lot of lying. Well, I'm hearing that Phaedra is coming back in 3 more episodes. She's not in a lot. We'll see how they go. But you know what what they should do, because of the ratings and Kenya's gone. You've got to rewrite this while it's still on. So you should have people come back, shoot different scenes. Andy Cohen is just, and this is respectfully, it's just not working. It's terrible. Yes, Phaedra is bringing her terrible fake new boyfriend. It's not fake. What's his name? Shaq. I like Shaq. He's cute. Real Housewives of Vegas, they should do it. They were going to do it 1 year, and then something happened. I don't want any more housewife shows. Like, call it something else. Just do something else. Over a decade. How long? Hey, Naomi, the show Unreal was a real good insight to how producers move behind the scenes on these reality shows. We tried to tell y'all a long time ago how terrible, I'm not going to say terrible, how shady these producers can be, because their job is to bring out the worst in you. They want a storyline. If you're going through a hard time and your mom got cancer, they want you to cry all the time, and that's their job. I wouldn't trust none of them. After finding out who the real Carlos King really was, I was like, Nene and Kenya made the show. Candy was so lame, scary, and a big old freak. I'm not trying to start no more drama with Candy. I'm going to move on, but that's funny. Kenya's washed up, but she's not ugly. She's not ugly. She's beautiful. And Kenya was an actress before she came on, right? I just remember, yeah. I think she was on Will Smith's show. She was an actress before she came on. Sherelle, no more housewives. It's more like the household show. Okay. It's bad. Come on now, people. You don't have to insult someone in the chat. Oh, no. Especially over a person you don't know. That's odd. I mean, I just think that people are hurt. I mean, some people are glad to see Kenya gone if she wasn't your favorite. I'm used to it because it was really bad when Nene Leakes left. I mean, oh my God, it was very polarizing. All of them, Kim Zolciak, people were coming out calling her a racist and this and that. So, and I figured out what's wrong. Because if we like Will Smith or something like that, we're not that invested. But with our reality TV stars, we take that journey with them. That's why people are so invested in reality TV. like the day that Kenya's mom rejected her. I loved Kenya ever since because, yes, she puts on for the show. But can you imagine having your mom do that? But she's good now. She's got Brooklyn, and so I'm glad that Phaedra should not even be on the show after what her and Portia did. Well, I mean, let's just see how they work. I mean, it might not work out with Phaedra. I'm hoping that it does. That was so sad. Oh, Kenya's mom. Yeah, and then I had to stop saying, I used to hate Kenya. I had to stop saying bad things about her after that. Married to Medicine has gotten awful. Bose, I'm pissed at. Bose, I'm so done with Bose. Pissed at how she took sides with screaming ass Dorit. Kenya was on Waiting to Exhale. She was? And a lot of other shows. Kenya's so pretty. I don't know how old she is, but she could still get a lot of roles. She's just stunning. She's stunning. You love Bose? Tiffany, no. Please read the book by Elijah Muhammad, How to Eat to Live. It will change. You're talking to me about my diet and my high cholesterol. I have to do something. So thank you, Joe. Anyway, you guys, listen, my grandkids are coming over. I just wanted to jump on and talk about that. Hopefully we will not have to talk about Kenya anymore. I will watch the show one more time to make sure they're not talking about Kenya anymore. And if they are, I can't. I'll talk to you privately, Emmanuel, about Salt Lake City. All right, free Diddy. I'm in a giggly mood. I don't know why that's funny. Free Diddy. Okay. But thank you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you. See you later. Bye.